Central Bank of Nigeria records 38.8 billion naira profit in 2024, recovers from 1.15 trillion naira loss. African Development Bank's $614 million IDIs funding to boost Nigeria's economy by $6.4 billion, says additional. Oil sinks as OPEC Plus ramps up output again. WTI heading back to four-year low. Australia's stocks fall after Prime Minister returns to power amid global trade uncertainty. You're welcome to Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. I'll begin with the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has released its 2024 audited financial statements, reporting a profit after tax of 38.8 billion naira, a significant recovery from the 1.15 trillion naira loss in 2023. The turnaround was driven by a 225% surge in net unrealized foreign exchange revaluation gains, reaching 11.28 trillion naira, boosting total operating income to 15.1 trillion naira from 5.9 trillion naira in 2023. Interest income rose 29.16% to 5.1 trillion naira from 3.95 trillion naira, but interest expenses soared 185% to 4.979 trillion naira, reducing net interest income by 94% to 122.91 billion naira from 2.2 trillion naira. The financial statements comply with international financial reporting standards and Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria guidelines, incorporating 2023 amendments to CBN Act and FRC Act, audited by KPMG Professional Services and Ernst & Young. The statement signed by Akinyemi Ashade and Abiodun Akinusi on April 30th, 2025, received an unqualified opinion. African Development Bank investment of $640 million in Nigeria's digital and creative industries is built to unlock youth entrepreneurship, grow the country's non-oil economy, and create millions of jobs. This is as AFDB Group announced the approval of a new five-year strategy for Nigeria that will provide about $650 million annually between 2025 and 2030. AFDB President Akinwumi Adesina said the program, known as Investments in Digital and Creative Enterprises, is projected to generate $6.4 billion in economic value and create over 6 million jobs. The IDIs program is a strategic investment to support access to financing for small and medium-sized businesses in Nigeria's digital and creative sectors. The initiative, jointly funded by the AFDB, the French Development Agency, the Islamic Development Bank, and Nigeria's Bank of Industry, represents one of the continent's largest coordinated investment in digital entrepreneurship. It targets youth-led ventures in key sectors such as fintech, software development, media, design, film, fashion and e-commerce. Now, the naira fell against the US dollar to close at 1,602 naira, as data showed that total inflows at the Nigerian foreign exchange market dropped by about 6% in April. Now, let's find out how much is the naira exchanging for other currencies. Now let's head to the commodities market and see how commodity prices are faring. Now to the capital market, NGX records a 34% trade surge, marginal market cap increase. Olayinka has details of that report.
The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 0.27% to close the week at 106,042.57 basis points and 66.648 trillion naira. The market opened for 4 trading days last week as the federal government of Nigeria declared Thursday, 1st May 2025 as public holiday to commemorate. Meanwhile, a total turnover of 2.200 billion shares worth 75.409 billion naira in 70,329 deals were traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 1.432 billion shares valued at 30.908 billion naira in 33,095 deals, contributing 65.09% and 40.99% to the total equity turnover in volume and value. The ICT industry followed with 230.248 million shares worth 27.453 billion naira in 4,811 deals, while the third place was the consumer goods industry with a turnover of 166.345 million shares worth 4.708 billion naira in 8,284 deals. Trading in the top 3 equities were Fidelity Bank PLC, Access Holdings PLC, and United Bank for Africa PLC, and accounted for 704.639 million shares worth 16.757 billion naira in 10,466 deals. A total of 1.039 million units of ETPs valued at 43.613 million naira were traded in 83 deals. For bonds, a total of 6,327 units valued at 5.689 million naira were traded in 15 deals. On summary of price changes, 52 equities appreciated in price during the week, 37 equities depreciated in price, while 59 equities remained unchanged. Olayinka Ojo for Business Express.
Now let's head to the global stocks market space where Maria is standing by to bring us up to speed.
European markets are mostly bearish this afternoon. Global markets are bearish this afternoon. European markets had a mixed start to the week on Monday, with UK markets closed for a bank holiday as investors looked ahead to the latest economic data and corporate earnings reports due this week. DAX of Germany appreciated by 0.62%. We have the FTSE of the UK higher at 1.17%, and CAC of France dropped 0.57%. Australian stocks fell following Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's re-election. The Nikkei 225 of Japan is in green at 1.04% or 36,830. We have the Shanghai Composite, which is of China, at 3,279 or 0.23% lower. And Hong Kong Index, Hang Seng Index, was at 22,504 or 1.74%. U.S. stock futures fall to start the week as investors hoping for news of trade deals instead had to grapple with another set of tariffs after President Trump announced surprise levies on movies made outside of the U.S. The Dow loses 0.59%, S&P 500 dropped 0.75%. We have the Nasdaq Composite also down 0.91%. Africa markets are mixed. We'll have South Africa JSE Top 40, which was lower by 0.14% right there to Namibia All-Share Index mirrored this at 0.02%, while Tunisian Index gained 0.32% and Ghana was higher at 0.06%. That's it for Global Update. I am Maria Aduzaka. It's back to Musa.
All right, thank you, Maria, for that update. Well, this is where we end Business Express. This edition we value your feedback, so keep the comments and observations and suggestions coming. Be informed that all previous episodes are available on YouTube on the NTH channel. Business Express returns tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.